Hey Use World, I am back with another video. Today I want to talk about around 15 different bags that have gone viral in the past couple years. And how did it get there? And how do you feel about it? How do I feel about it? And if you own any of these bags, do comment down below on your thoughts and opinions. Were they worth the hype? Were they not worth the hype? So let's just get right into it. Majority of the bags I'm talking about today is going to be the under $1,000. Most of them are under $500 mark, because when it comes to the virality of a bag, you also have to think about accessibility. Because when you're talking about, a $5,000 bag or a $3,000 bag, for example, the Mini Jody, when it first came out, it was a viral bag, right? It was the it girl bag. However, not anybody can just afford that. And I don't see them on the street as much as you would some of these bags I'm talking about. The first section I'm going to talk about are going to be bags that are more mainstream, more accessible. People of all ages can connect with it and of course purchase it because they are cheaper and the name is relatively recognizable. The last few bags, the second section I want to cover, in my opinion, these are all just my opinions, don't come for me, will be more viral or more popular in the handbag community. All of my friends and all of my family think I'm insane. The fact that I go down a rabbit hole with all of these purses and the different brands, they're just like, she's living in her own little world there. That's why I kind of want to section off another portion of bags that, most people just like, I've never heard of it, don't really care. The first one is going to be the Lululemon Belt Bag. Little 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 15-year-olds, all the way up to 60-year-olds. I've seen women of all ages wear the Lululemon Belt Bag, and it literally just, I don't know what had happened. Everybody wanted, it's like the Stanley Cup, whatever new water bottle that they're looking to collect. Every single girl literally had 15 of these in 15 different colors. And the functionality of this bag is fantastic. There's no denying it, but there are better options out there. And of course, this is very accessible. I think retails for $38. I obviously had succumbed to that hype. Now, the concept of a belt bag is nothing new. People are still wearing it nowadays. And of course, I bought a second one. Do I wear these very often? No, not really. Should I keep this? I mean, it was like $38. What am I going to do? Try to sell it? I may want to give these to my nieces perhaps, but the Lululemon Belt Bag is like, how do you feel about it? Tell me, do you still love it? Do you still use it? Or have you moved on to a different belt bag, a different kind of, errand running bag? In my opinion, it does its job. It's nothing crazy. I think that it is comfortable to use. I don't like how insecure it is sometimes because it does go pretty deep down. So when you open it up, a lot of things can fall out. Now, obviously this could be user error, and I've used this bag quite a bit. Is it the highest quality? No, because you can see the interior has started ripping apart, and it's not like I am doing anything malicious to it, but over the use of you just like opening and closing, and of course it's a $38 bag, so obviously you're not going to expect like high quality and for this bag to be used till it's like shredded. But overall, I think it's a nice teenager bag. It is not something you should be wearing to dinner. It's not something where you should be wearing to like fancier places. This is a functional bag, but it is not going to be a one size fit all kind of thing. And of course, as a reminder, as I'm going through all of these quote unquote viral bags, tell me if you own them. Tell me how you feel about them now. Do you still love it? Do you hate it? Et cetera, et cetera. And how has your particular viral bag worn over the years? The next bag is kind of in the same category. Obviously, I purchased one myself. I don't have it here with me today. However, it is the Uniqlo Belt Bag. It is like a follow-up to the Lululemon Belt Bag. I will say that one is definitely much more functional and much more secure. I hate the zipper of it. It feels super cheap. The zipper on the Lululemon Belt Bag is definitely much more high quality. Overall, this Lululemon one is going to be much more well constructed. However, when it comes to the design and the banana boat style, when it comes to the Uniqlo Belt Bag, it's going to be, I think, more ideal. If I had all three of these today with me and I had to get rid of, repetitive belt bags that are nylon, I would probably say I would let go of the Lululemon and keep the Uniqlo because of functionality. And really, these are just utilitarian bags. They're not designed for the most fashionable thing or anything like that, in my opinion. Moving on to the third model, third brand is going to be Coach. The Coach Tabby was a super viral bag, and they've since then came out with like 50 different iteration, 150 different colors. A lot of people have been saying on the internet that they have overdone it and people are over it, but then there's still another segment. I feel like that the opinion is so divided where another group is just still frenzy over the new colors, the new iteration that comes out. When a company finds a bag that turned out to be incredibly successful, they double down on it and come out with multiple variation and try to create this marketing strategy where you need to catch them all like Pokemon. And you have to have that collector's mentality. Do you need 6 of the same bags? No, nobody does. Go explore something else out there. Because there are different models, different innovative designs. Yes, you can get bags that have similarities, but do you need the exact same brand, the exact same model, the exact same style in just different colors? I mean, completely unnecessary in my opinion, and it's overconsumption. Again, if you're a collector, if you do this, don't hate me. This is just my opinion. Who cares what I say? I'm just a random person on the internet. I'm not as well versed in terms of Coach. However, I think the reason why Coach has made a comeback is because of the Tabby. So kudos to them. I can't knock them for it, but they put themselves back on the map by having a bag that is palatable, modern, and not just plastered with their usual Coach, monogram, whatever you want to call it. And the pricing, I'm taking a look at it here, is pretty reasonable. It is not break the bank where you have to go the designer route. Coach is a very well-established brand. I've talked about this before. They have a rich history, and it is nice that a brand like Coach, which is an American brand, has made their own namesake in the luxury or, mid-range contemporary handbag industry. I personally don't have Coach in my collection just because I still have that stigma of Coach outlet, which I talked about in a whole entire video about how outlets have ruined these brands for me. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Another controversial topic, I know. I apparently like to rile things up, but go check that out. Let me know what you think. But I will not deny that the Coach that I've seen at the boutique that I've touched and felt based on that experience, it is very high quality. Seems like the wear and tear is decent, but I still personally do not gravitate or want to spend, $500 on a Coach bag, unfortunately. Moving on to the next brand, which is Songmont. Songmont, again, was plastered all over social media and YouTube because I think they were doing like a lot of gifting campaigns. Again, not a big deal. That's how you promote your business, completely understandable. However, the bag that they actually took off with is the Luna bag, which is really interesting because I purchased the mini song bag and, did an unboxing not too long ago. Many of you actually told me that you hated the leather quality, which I was kind of surprised because, people all love leather tennis-sign and he raved about it. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. In my personal opinion, the leather is not like top notch or anything, but again, for the fact that they're charging $200, $300 for this particular bag, like to me, I've worn this bag and it's fine. Like, is it the most luxurious? No. And I've said this before, I purchased this bag because of the design and the color. The color really got to me. I really like the color. Their color selection is fantastic. And it does check all the boxes for a bag that's under $300. You've got the feet, you've got the top handle, you've got really, really strong magnets, and you see how that kind of sucks it together. Is this a forever bag? Probably not, but I think the cost per value is definitely there. And a lot of people poo-poo this bag and the leather quality is just a little bit different from your usual leather quality. So, maybe it's just preference. So what do you think about the Luna bag? The Luna bag, again, which, was a complete viral bag. It had 6 or 7 different ways of you wearing the bag, where it's a crossbody, it is a top handle, it's like a dumpling bag. To me, it's a little excessive, but I do like the shape of it and the silhouette of it. So if you do own that bag, let me know what you think. I think it's completely fine. I just didn't purchase it. I ended up going with this one just because I feel like it fits my lifestyle a little bit better as opposed to a shoulder Luna bag. The next brand is going to be Polene. Polene, again, we've talked about this. It took the interwebs, the entire interwebs by storm. And to good reason. And when Polene first launched, they did the same thing, like a gifting campaign to a lot of social media influencers, content creators to do reviews on it, similar to what Songmont did. So the strategy does work. I'm not, again, knocking on that. And I do the same thing. I accept free bags so I can give honest reviews. However, when your friends who do not know anything about Polene, or you wear a Polene bag to the store where, you know, certain girls or certain sales associates run up to you, they're like, oh my God, is that a Polene bag? And this is like, you know, Gucci stores I've been to, or maybe Louis Vuitton, I can't remember, or was it Nordstrom's, but they were selling designer bags, but they got more excited and seeing my Polene bag, which, hold on one second, they saw this bag and they were so excited to see it. That really tells me that this virality of this brand has been so successful. I forgot this one. Let me show you this one. I have 2 Polene bags. And the success of your brand and you start wallowing in your success, quality control happens. And when you let quality control dip as hard as Polene did, at least when it comes to the regular handbag community, they immediately notice, they immediately stay away from brands like this. But it could be a little late because the mainstream people are catching on to this and they don't do as much research as we do in the handbag community. They still purchase it and then they start complaining about the quality control, where some people said that the metal part of the button enclosure fell off within the first week of them using it, or there's cracking or there's peeling. Customer service is terrible from what I hear. Now I've had these bags for, I want to say 3 or 4 years now. So obviously this was pre-QC, quality control issue days, and they've held up beautifully, living up to the name of why they became famous in the first place. So what do you think about Polene? And of course, with their new releases, every new release that they've come out with, I'm just like, why? Like that straw toe, like why? I get you're jumping on to the straw toe or raffia kind of bandwagon, but that is not how to do it. That looks like a scarecrow, in my opinion. And they also recently started dabbling with jewelry, which I think that's completely fine, but stick to what you do best, which is creating sculptural pieces like this bucket tote, which again, I've gotten many compliments on and how interesting this looks. And then of course your OG when it comes to your numeral number 1. Okay, moving on to JW Pay. This was a viral brand. I don't know, are they, and of course, are these all one-hit wonders? I don't know. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But JW Pay was like a whirlwind in and whirlwind out. I think that they were hyped up and became viral because of celebrities wearing it, saying that, you know, I can't even remember, but some of these female celebrities was wearing the Gabby kind of shoulder bag, which I feel like that was towards the beginning of the whole armpit shoulder bag era. And having a bag that is super accessible in terms of the dollar amount and the pricing made it easy for them to target the younger crowd, where they are incredibly easy to influence in this consumerism world. I did purchase JW Pay because they, again, made it accessible and sold on Amazon. I purchased it. They were nice, but I had a heart-to-heart to myself because I was about to keep the bag and I thought it was pretty trendy. I was like, it's vegan leather. You don't like vegan leather. How many leather vegan jackets have you owned that ended up just crumbling? So don't do it. So I ended up returning those bags. And recently, if you look at JW Pay, they have gone to the route of, one, duping. They had original kind of designs prior in the beginning, and now they're doing a lot of dupes. Like some of the different animal bags that is copying, so to speak, the JW Anderson pigeon bag and whatever. They had a corgi one. I was gonna buy it and then I didn't buy it and then it sold out. I should have bought it. Yes, the internal turmoil. Am I ever gonna wear a corgi bag? No, it would just be basically sitting and collecting dust. So I was like, okay, you shouldn't have bought it. You see what is happening here? But they have a lot of like dupes at really affordable prices. So can I knock on them? I kind of don't want to knock on them. At least some people who appreciate, you know, these really pretty handbags that don't want to spend that much money. They have some options, but I don't know how I feel about this. It's just, So you tell me what you think about JW Pay. The next one I want to cover is Jacquemus. Jacquemus actually made a name for itself, and it was a super viral bag. I've seen Jacquemus bags literally everywhere. Yes, it's a little bit a higher dollar amount compared to like the JW Pay, compared to like a Songmont. They range upwards, and I think their price has definitely increased over the years. But the Chiquito bag, I don't even remember what they're all called, the Bambino bag, they have been the same thing over and over again. It's just like the Coach Tabby bag. It's like the Lululemon Belt Bag. One model worked, and they just start producing 8 different, you know, variations or 15 different variations. The difference with, you know, the Jacquemus bag is that the prices starts at $700 to like $1,000. So for people to collect multiple bags in different colors, that is not as doable as a Lululemon Belt Bag where it only costs $38, right? So I think that trend has died down. Jacquemus, you know, obviously they have a lot of, it's more than just bags. Obviously, I'm a bag channel. I'm going to focus and scrutinize some of the bags that he releases. They've struggled in a little bit in recent years, in my opinion. Their designs are cool, but it is not as cool as what it was before. So I don't know if he is considered a one-hit wonder or whatnot. So let's talk about Aupen. The Aupen bag, I don't have here with me. I'll insert a screenshot of me wearing it, but they also started like any other indie brand with gifting campaigns. A lot of people got free bags, including myself, to do reviews, honest reviews. They didn't tell me what to say. They just said, hey, here's a bag, go ahead and review it. Say what you want about it. I'm like, cool. Their other strategy was to gift them to celebrities, very similar to JW Pay, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if these celebrities were actually paid to wear these bags, but that was marketing strategy where they're like, look, Taylor Swift is wearing Jenny Kenner, Kylie Kenner. I don't know. I don't know the Kardashians. She was wearing it, and then so-and-so, that was their entire marketing campaign. Again, I don't know if that was to influence like the younger crowd. That kind of marketing doesn't work for me. I couldn't care less who or what celebrity is wearing what bag. To me, I care about the quality, I care about the design, I care about the history, I care more about the brand itself and their ethos, etc., how the history of it, as opposed to, you know, what celebrity is carrying the bag. Obviously, that's a different marketing strategy. And I think it's working because I've seen some younger influencers or content creators saying, oh my God, Taylor Swift, she's wearing it. I want to buy the bag. That's not my thing. Kudos to them for it to working, but I guess it is working so well that they, you know, not too long ago said a partnership with Louis Vuitton is on its way, and they're releasing the bags again because they did stop production for some time before launching it again. So I found that to be interesting. Let me know what your thoughts are on Aupen and the design of their bags. And if you haven't seen my original video on that, go check that out. I'll link that down below for you and above. The next one, I thought it was hilarious. I actually tried to get my hands on that, but I refuse to pay premium for this. But it is the Trader Joe's Mini. The mini totes, the mini cooler bags. The cooler bags, they're so adorable. What do you fit in there? Nothing. What are you supposed to wear it with? I don't know. Like, where would you even wear it? It's just adorable to have. And obviously, that marketing strategy got to me because I love Trader Joe's. If there is a Trader Joe cult, which I know there is, I want to be part of it. For those of you who are in international, you know, locations and watching this, you're like, what the hell's happening, right? That is not the depiction of high fashion. That is basically the same craze as the Stanley Cups, etc. Tell me, did you get your hands on the Trader Joe mini totes and the mini cooler bags, and did you pay a premium for it? Am I going to shame you? Just a little. Let's talk about Demellier. I don't know how you feel about this, but I got so much flack, and I think I have a video coming up, at least planned, talking about my most controversial videos and how I got so much flack for basically dissing Demellier. Nothing against the brand. I think their designs are fantastic, but my biggest gripe with Demellier is the hardware. As I've said before, I've done research on Demellier, and of course, I love looking at the pre-loved market to see the wear and tear from other people using it. And majority of what I saw was the hardware being completely scratched up. And I think that's a combination of design and the quality of the hardware. Again, you guys have told me you don't know what you're talking about. The hardware has been fine, but that's just my opinion. I am not willing to make that investment in something that I know I probably will be disappointed in. So you tell me what you think about Demellier. I think the designs are fine. It's nothing like earth-shattering. I think things like Songmont at $200 as opposed to Demellier at $500 or $600 is something I'd rather purchase. The last bag I want to talk about before I head into the not as viral, but more viral in the handbag community, not the general population viral, Marc Jacobs tote. I'm not even going to say anything. You've heard me talk about this, like, get that out of my face. All right, I hope you're enjoying this. Again, this is all in good fun. Do not get offended, but do comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you back on my channel. If you are new, tell me you subscribe. Just want to say hi and welcome you to my little bubble and community. All right, so the first bag of my not as viral, but viral in the handbag community kind of segment, there's not a whole lot of them I want to go over, but Senreve was one of the brands that I started paying attention to and really noticing that social media content creators got gifted. Same strategy as Songmont, same strategy as Polene. They were so popular because of the Manstra bag. And it was like a work bag with like the shoulder straps and then turn it into a backpack, multi-use. I was not a fan of that, but when they released a belt bag, I was like, oh, I actually really like the silhouette. I just didn't like it on a backpack and it looks really heavy. But when they came out with this particular one, I thought this was a much better choice than the Lululemon belt bag. And of course, the functionality, I've had this bag for a number of years. I was quote unquote influenced, and I actually was glad I got influenced because this is a fantastic bag. I did say I tried to let go of it, but that was like a moment of weakness, I guess. Not weakness, I don't know. I just felt like I wasn't using it, but now it's like, okay, maybe I should start using this again because it's actually a really fantastic bag with lots of multifunctional use to it. And the wear and tear has just been fantastic. So why am I trying to let go of a bag that I can see myself wearing over and over again? And it smells amazing. The leather is great. So let me know what you think of Senreve. Do you think that they're kind of falling out of favor? Have any of their new launches interest you? I think they did release like a mini bucket tote. I was like, what are you doing? What are we doing here? That is not innovative at all. It didn't look... yeah, it just didn't appeal. I expected more from a company like Senreve. The next one is going to be from COS, C-O-S. I've bought a lot of clothing, not a lot. I've bought a few pieces of clothing from COS, and they're just very European style, very minimal, and I do enjoy it. It's very high quality. Their most recent viral bag, I want to say, is their bubble bag. I think it's what it's called. They call it the quilted bag. There's a regular size or a larger size and then the mini size. And I think the mini size is what was very viral. Don't hate me, but I think this is one of the ugliest things I've ever seen. It looks like a bubble wrap bag. It looks like a bubble wrap bag. There's no way around it. There's nothing that I like about it. It's decently priced. It's $69. And I love how they came out with multiple colors, but it's just like, I don't know. It just looks like a bubble wrap. Why would you like this? I don't know. Don't hate me. If you like it, great. It's a smushy bag. I understand, but that's just not my cup of tea. But I did see this everywhere. And of course, there are a lot of knockoffs. There are a lot of dupes of it. I do like how it's not plastered with their logo. I think that maybe that's why. But let me know what you think about this one. All right, I got 4 more to cover. Atelier Auguste. They did a whole gifting campaign. I was part of it. Here's the bag. I always forget to take the bag out to show you before I start talking, but Atelier Auguste, again, I think this is a fantastic brand. Hasn't been as popular outside of the handbag community, but people who are like me and like exploring Parisian brands or whatever have gravitated towards this bag. A lot of people have raved about the magnets, but they have since changed that on this particular bag for whatever reason. They love the simplistic look And this one does look like the Celine belt bag. And the functionality of this bag, and of course, just to, you know, do a side-by-side comparison with the Demellier, this one does not scratch. It is not scratched up. Again, I've said this before in my previous videos, a good indicator to see the wear and tear of a bag is to look at the pre-loved market. The fact that I don't see a whole lot of these pieces flooding the pre-loved market is a good indication that a lot of people, I'm not saying it's the only indication, it is a good leading indication that people love their bags and they're keeping it in their collection for those who have purchased this and not let go of it. Now, if the pre-loved market like Poshmark or Vestiaire Collective or whatever is flooded with these bags, just keep that in mind. Like, you know, that might not be a good indication. So if you have seen content creators talk about this bag and you made a purchase, what are your thoughts? You think, you know, content creators like myself, they're correct in their review, or you think that they are absolutely full of shit? I'm talking about any of these bags. Tell me what you think. Okay, the next few I'm just gonna quickly talk about is Parisa Wang. Did not gravitate towards this bag. I don't have a whole lot to say. I feel like their designs are fine. It's not great, not my cup of tea. And they have, again, the gifting strategy. Let me know what you think. I just want to bring these up because I don't have too much to say about it other than from my very, very controversial video. So go check that out if you haven't seen it. I'm just going to rattle these off more so than I just want to hear from you and your experience with it. The next one is going to be Aspinal of London. I got so much flack. People really hated what I had to say about them. Not my style. It's just not what I think is considered modern or the silhouettes that I like or the designs that I like. So, you know, don't hate on me. I don't like the colors that they produce. But if you love yours and you bought it because of certain content creators, you tell me as well. Strathberry, another viral bag. I was trying to debate if this is more the handbag community viral or is it general viral. Kind of could be either or, but Strathberry was viral, especially when I think it was Kate Middleton or was it Meghan Markle. Again, don't keep up with celebrities or public figures like them. Because of them, it went viral. Everybody wanted Strathberry. It put them on the map when it comes to people who are purchasing bags. I don't like the look of it. I'm sure the quality is fine. The pricing is actually pretty good for what it is, but just not my cup of tea either. So enough of my rambling here. This was a very chit-chatty video. You tell me what you think of these viral bags, what your thoughts on. If you disagree with me, completely fine. Just be respectful, but I hope you enjoyed it. Life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.